So, I'm going to dedicate this to story time. Or a new thing I'm going to come up with. It's called story time. My first story is going to be about how I got into a wreck. I know I'm driving, I'm talking about a wreck. It's like bound to happen or something, but it's not. Basically, what had happened was all night I had been feeling real weird. It was way back in 2011, I think, and I was working at Amazon, which was out in the middle of nowhere. This is gonna be like, or this would have been the third wreck I had ever been in. The first one that was my fault was this one, but it wasn't like, I mean, it was absolutely 100% my fault, but, I mean, no other cars were involved. So, basically, what happened was, let's see, what did I do? It's been a while. So, it was the first night I was working outbound, which was a big deal to me, because I was learning new stuff. I was like, oh man, I hope I get this job, you know? Like, because it was only a seasonal job, just like this last job that I had, so that's why I'm not so salty about, you know, being dropped from it. But, basically what happened was I got to leave 30 minutes early because everyone in outbound got to leave 30 minutes early. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? Like, in my mind and the language that I used, I was like, well, fuck yeah, you know? And basically what I did was I left and I didn't heed the warnings of me. I didn't heed the warnings in my mind, like, do not go this way, go the other way, it's fine. You know, you can be a little a-hole whenever it comes to outbound or peak parking, basically. So what I did was, I'm trying to remember exactly. So I went out that way, and I didn't know where I was going, because it was a different road for me. So I just followed a couple of people, and they were going the right way, thank the Lord, to where I live now. And whenever I, like, got onto the main road, apparently a semi-truck hit a deer, and just left the deer in the middle of the road. I saw the deer at the last second, and my car is, like, really low to the ground, so I can't really, like, I can't really go over something like that. My car will flip. So I swerved to miss it, right? And that was, you know, all my bad. That's why I say this was completely my fault, but it was all my bad. And I definitely deserve that in my mind, because if I hadn't just swerved, if I had just switched lanes whenever I saw all of the people turning, you know, I basically what I had, I don't know how many times I've said basically in this video, but it's a lot so far. I know, I understand that I'm a pretty terrible talker. But anyway, what I did was, I swerved to miss it, and then I had to swerve back into the other lane, because if I had hit that ditch going, like, at the angle I was going, I would have rolled this car, and that wouldn't have been fun, because it's a pretty low car. My head doesn't almost touch, but the way I would have hit, it would have definitely touched. And at the end, whenever all was said and done, I had gone through a ditch, or into a ditch. I had driven directly off the road into a ditch, and then through a barbed wire fence, which cut my transmission line, and I had to get my car chain towed, because if I hadn't, if I had to get it towed, it would have cost me and my dad so much money. So moral of the story is, you can't trust the system. No, moral of the story is, don't drive whenever you have a bad feeling. Also, whenever you see a deer, do not swerve. Just get into the other lane. Like, I know it may be panicky and everything, but just get into another lane, because that's just, that's how it goes. But that's the story of how I almost hit a deer and how I almost rolled my car. I think I'll cut it here, but this is basically what that's gonna be. What this is all going to be. It's just gonna be a story, me telling you a story, and hopefully you take my advice and don't do the stupid things that I did. But I shall talk to you later, and have a wonderful rest of the night.